Hello everybody, welcome to the 9th session of the course. Today's topic is qualitative methods. We have already introduced this topic in our previous sessions, and we have also discussed that qualitative methods uses texts and the documents and the words for the analysis. Let us discuss some more aspects about the qualitative methods today. Unlike quantitative methods, qualitative methods are more flexible in nature. It allows greater adaptability and spontaneity during the interaction between the researcher and the respondent. Qualitative methods questions are usually open-ended questions, and these are not necessarily worded in the same way for all the participants. With open-ended questions, participants are free to respond in their own ways rather than saying yes or no in a dichotomous way, which we actually have it in quantitative methods. In addition to this, the relationship between the researcher and the respondent is more informal in a qualitative research. Participants have the opportunity to respond in a more detailed way as compared to quantitative methods. In turn, researchers also have the opportunity to ask the subsequent question to the respondent by tailoring the next questions based on the response of the respondent. Some of the qualitative methods are in-depth interviews, focus group discussion, participant observations, review of the documents and case studies. Let me take the example of one method called FGD, that is focus group discussion. In a group discussion, a sample of respondents are carefully selected and brought together to know their opinion on a specific issue. Usually the group is homogeneous and it can be either a small group or a large group. In a small group, we have usually 4 to 8 participants, and in a large group we can have 10 to 12 participants. Now when I say the group is homogeneous, what exactly does it mean? Let me take an example. Let's say I am conducting an experiment and I wanted to know the opinion of the COVID-19 positive patients on hygiene practices. Therefore, a homogeneous group would be a group of people who are COVID-19 positive. They can be either males or can be females. So this is what we understand when we say the group is homogeneous. Then in the second step, what I need a list of instruments, that is list of questions that are to be asked to the respondents. Then as a part of FGD, we require a moderator. Now what is the function of a moderator? A moderator moderates the discussion, which means in case the discussion is getting diverted to some other issue, the moderator gets back the discussion again on the line. Usually the discussion is recorded, transcribed and then coded. But we also need an observer who takes a note of the behavior of the participants. Why do we have to do this? For example, let's say one respondent is talking, but the other respondent is not talking but nods her head or shrugs her shoulder. Now this is also a kind of communication, which means she is also giving her opinion in a non-verbal communication. This must be noted. Let us also find it out, when do we conduct the FGD? Now when do we conduct the FGD? Let us find it out under what situations we actually conduct the FGD. One reason when we have to collect the qualitative or the quantitative data from multiple people with similar characteristics. The second situation, when you have to gather the feedback on perceptions of a program or an idea from a particular group of people. Thirdly, to provide feedback on things like public services, announcement or awareness raising programs, etc., etc. However, like any other method, FGD also has its own advantages and disadvantages. One of the major advantages of FGD is that it has the ability to collect the data very quickly from a group of people. Whereas, one of the disadvantages of the FGD is that it is a time consuming activity. Sometimes we need to schedule the logistics for the respondents. We may have to provide facilities like childcare or snacks, etc. for the participants also. Sometimes in a mixed group, the woman may inhibit from talking. This usually happens, let us say in case my subject is, let us say, AIDS or HIV related symptoms. In that case, in a mixed group, women are slightly reluctant to speak in front of the males. Therefore, when you choose a group, you have to be very, very careful, which based on the subject. There is no such guidelines that how to choose a group, but then it all depends upon the subject which you are dealing with. With that we come to the end of the session. Thank you very much.